Hi, my name is Marty Blecky. My next project is a little four-wheeler that is hard to start and bogs down when the throttle is applied. This is it. And my little granddaughter rides it when it's running. Right now I've recharged the battery, I've got the choke set, and I'm going to try and start it. Well, nothing so far. This was pretty tough to get out, mainly because everything is so packed in there. Anyhow, I'll take this apart and squirt some carburetor cleaner in there and see if that helps the hard start and bogging down when you apply the throttle. Everything looked pretty clean. In fact, very clean on this thing, except there seemed to be just a little bit of deposit on adjusting valve. This is a Mikuni Japanese carburetor, and the main jet is the throttle is a long rod that sticks down there. And it's tapered, so the more it pulls out, the more gas is fed into the Venturi stream. So I shot carburetor cleaner in all the holes, and I'm in the process of putting this guy back together again. This little four-wheeler never ran right, and I think it was because the people that bought it told them that a 6-year-old was going to be riding it, and the folks didn't want the 6-year-old to get hurt, so they did things to the carburetor to make it to limit the speed that this thing would run at. So it was really hard to adjust idle and air mixture with the idle screw and the air mixture screw. If you crack the idle more than a quarter turn, this thing would flood out and not run at all. So where is the idle screw? It's right there. And it's open about a quarter turn, and the air mixture screw, which is at the bottom of the carburetor, right down there. Right down there, and that's barely opened either. So what I thought, after looking at some videos on YouTube, was that the folks put the main jet needle valve on the lowest setting, or the one closest to the tip of the needle, and what that did was it made the main jet the idle fuel supply, and it would go the fastest at about half open, and from half to full there was no more fuel because the main jet was already pumping the maximum fuel in there. So that was my theory, and I took the throttle off, the main throttle, and that comes right off the top of the carburetor. So there's the top of the carburetor, and this head screws onto it, and there's a cable that runs past this spring, and I've got it captured by the vice grip here so it doesn't go flying up there, and then I'll have a hell of a time getting it back through the spring to put everything back together again. So that may be something that you keep in mind. Anyway, here's the needle valve, and in here there's very small parts, so you got to be careful not to lose them. So this is the retainer that keeps the needle in there, and down at the bottom, I'm going to push that thing up to the top. There's the needle valve. You can see that the clip is at the bottom ring. So what I'm going to do on this is take that clip off and move it up too. Maybe I'll move it all the way to the top. Uh, and that will allow me to have a better range of adjustment on idle for the idle mixture and the air mixture, and have more throw on the throttle so that this guy runs like this carburetor is supposed to run. And we'll see how that all turns out when I'm done taking this off. So I popped this retainer out, and the needle just fell out. There's a little washer right here, and the clip is not on the bottom one, but it's on the next to the bottom one, and I'm going to move it all the way to the top. I took that clip off with this little pointer, and it came off very easily, and you got to make sure that you don't lose that. And what I did was I put my finger over it while I popped it off. I put it back on by positioning the clip with the opening up, and I just pushed down on this on the needle valve, and it clicked right in place. It's back together. The end of the cable goes right here. So you put the cable along this slot and put the end back in here, and with the spring stuffed in the inside of this cylinder. And I can't hold a camera and do that at the same time, so I'm just telling you what is happening. Well, it's reassembled here. There's the end of the cable, and the spring is back inside the cylinder, and I'm getting ready to just put that back in the top of the carburetor in there and tighten this down and try it out. This screw down here, I was calling it an air bleed screw, but it's not. The Mikuni carburetors, they have a lot of different things for different applications. Anyhow, this is just an overflow. So once I figured that out, I screwed it in a little, not hard, but a little, and left it there. And I backed out the idle adjustment quite a bit, and that's this one over here. Yeah, right there. And this engine now runs pretty good. Starts on idle. I probably still need to adjust it a little bit. And it has a full range on the throttle. So I'm about maybe a quarter of the way open now, and here's all the way. The carburetor settings on this was not quite right. So I took it apart again, or took the needle valve out. I didn't have to take the carburetor. It's a little tricky to get your hands in there, but it worked anyway. And I put the little C-clip down to just 2 above where it was before. And now I was able to adjust the idle speed screw a little bit better, and it runs very well right now. So I'll show you. Start her up. Perfect. If you got something out of this video, and I hope you did, remember to hit the like, thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel. Subscribing doesn't cost anything, and you get notified when I make a new video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.